Hi, this is just for Uncle Robert. Philly shell defense, right? We go from the orthodox stance. Here we are, okay? So basically, I protect my here, and I can also catch a punch, parry, okay? And then this arm is left down. Now the reason is it goes across the body. So you got the extended guard, which is like this. Extended guard is like this. All right? This is across the chest, across the heart. Then you got the extended guard. Now you collapse the extended guard. You collapse the extended guard. Now you have, okay? Now you got the shell. So it's really that simple, okay? The shell, the trick with the shell is this hand here is the lead hand. The lead hand, all right, is like a phantom hand. You don't realize it, but it's right there. So because it's collapsed, you don't realize how far out that lead hand can be. And that's the trick to it. And then the other thing about the lead hand is this, that the lead hand, right, comes from below up. So for example, Floyd might slip a punch and then shoot the lead hand this way, okay? All right, the other thing I want to show you about the shell is you see where my shoulder is, right? My shoulder's over here. Now with the shell, I don't protect my chin by doing this. I don't do that's not it. I protect my chin by doing this. See? Shoulder comes up and blocks the punch right here. And you see it's at an angle. See the angle? So it's just a movement like that to protect the chin. And this protects it here. And I can catch the punches in front. Okay? Parry off. Parry off to the side. Boom. Punch goes by. Shoot. Right? Or let's say he's throwing a left hook. He's throwing a hook to here, or he's throwing a hook to here. And Killer Plant got the same thing. It's catch. I catch him. There it is. See? Now if there's a punch coming to the body, I can slap it down, parry it down. Okay? Right? Parry it down. Parry it down here too. Right? So I can protect my body completely. Now you saying that you could throw a hook and hit the guy in the kidney shot as you call it. Because you're saying the guy would offer his back to you. But they don't ever offer their back to you. Because if you try to go around this, watch, elbow, you're going to get clipped. Now, the thing with Floyd, there are different people who use the Philly shell different ways. So I'm going to just break it down to you real quick, Uncle Robert, so you enjoy this, okay? So, James Toney, relax. Shell here, hand up, down, hand up, down, hand up, down, right? So sometimes James Toney keep the hand right here on the heart. Okay? Remember the extended guard can be is a version of this. It's an extended guard. Andre Ward, Charlie Burley, Caleb Plant, extended guard. All right, and they use the jab quite a lot to control their opponents, line them, all right, control them, right? Now so you got the extended guard, all right, hand on the chest, but then, all right, okay, so it's the same thing, all right. Then but with the shell is just a collapse of that. And the trick with the shell, which a lot of people don't talk about this, is that, so if you look at this here, the shell, right? I'm going to show you something. So the shell is not just come back up the center with a punch here or here, right? It's also got a little inbuilt hook. The hook is here. See? So, like if you coming in on me, I could just check with you, just like that. Boom. See? The lead hand is not just there. Like for instance, if you throw, let's say you throw a jab or something. Let's say you throw a jab, right? I can slip this way, right? I can slip this way, or I can slip this way, right? So this is what happens. Charlie Burley loved to do that. He loved to do like this, right? This was Charlie Burley's style. Floyd Mayweather's not like that, right? So different people use the shell different ways. But the trick with the shell is, let's say you coming in with a hook, right? You want to hook me. So you're coming in with a right hook, you're trying to hook around the shell. So you're here, right? You get into position, right? You throw the you try to the right hook to the body, right? Okay. So now I see you coming in to drop that right hook to the body. So I see you coming with the right hook. You're coming this way, right? So check this out. So I ride the punch as you're coming. I ride the punch and I catch you at the same time. Now you can catch and shoot, or it wouldn't be a catch and shoot, but you hit me on my elbow here, right? You hit me on my elbow here as I'm turning the punch. So I'm turning the punch. I can catch it here and come back so. Shut. Right? So you got to understand that there's a lot more to the Philly shell than meets the eye. It's kind of like using the cross arm defense. The cross arm defense, right? It's kind of like the shell, because I could just bring up my arm, I could just bring up my elbow and block your punch and knock your punch off. Your punch hits me here. So I can also use my elbow, you see, depending on where you throw the punch. Right? I can use my elbow here too. I can use my elbow here too. The shell. So what you will see is a guy like Floyd, he will walk into you like this. And he also walk into you like this. Right? He lean back. Now James Toney don't do that, but Floyd do that. He lean back and he's coming to you like this. But James Toney not only used the shell, he also used upper body movement. Alright? So you can swivel as you're coming to him. You can swivel and stay off center line as you're using the shell as well. So it depends. And remember, it's the pace of your shuffle. You know, you got different paces. If you're not a quick twitch kind of guy, you can still use the shell. Right? But you got to understand what needs to move. Your shoulder needs to move this way. See, it's the shoulder. It's not you. And another thing, depending on the shot. So let's say a guy's coming with a shot at you here, right? If he's coming with a left hook on this side, and he might be coming back with a right hook on this side, right? So you can roll punches. You can roll punches this way, right? You can roll it this way, and then you can roll with the shoulders. You can roll with both shoulders. Philip Endu versus Floyd Mayweather. When you're throwing the punches, you're rolling them. You're rolling them. See? You're rolling them. Right? Because the shell is not only used here, it can be used here. And the elbows there. So the guy's trying to rip to the body, he's keep on hitting elbows. And he can break his hands. Alright? So there's a lot more to the shell than meets the eye. James Toney is a brilliant because he uses upper body movement with his shell. Okay? That's how in the inside he get under the punches and stuff. Right? And he catch you 1, 2, 1. Right. Boop boop. You know what I'm saying? It's actually that's actually 5'6", 3, I think. But anyway, all I'm saying is that when you're talking about the shell, you're not moving your whole entire body to offer your back. Right? You might see Floyd dip to one side. You might see him dip to one side a la Pernell Whitaker. Right? So he might dip to one side like this. Or he might come off to one side like this. And he shuffle off to one side like this. But he's keeping his lead foot in a particular position to keep you from coming in on an angle on it. Can't step around the lead foot. So that's the little trick he does. So just wanted to share that with you, brother. About the shell. It's tricky. Now what I would say is for somebody who uses the Philly shell, like in any defense, whether it's the high guard, the 2 guard, whether it's the extended guard, right? The extended guard, whether it's the wide stance or whatever guard it is, you got to remember this. This is where it works out, right? So the defense itself, you can't get by, right? If I'm in 2 guard here and then I block punches this way and then I close back up, you're not gonna get me, right? Because I'm in defensive mode. Where guys usually are vulnerable and open is when they throw their offense. So really, we shouldn't be focused on what kind of defense they have and what kind of shell. What we try to do is coax them out of their defense to throw offense. And once you get them to throw offense, you could counter that offense. You could, really tag them up, and while they try to shell up, you catch them in a couple punches. So Roberto Duran was really known for that. He bait and counter. You bait a guy, you bait him out of his defense so you can crack him. Like if you look at Canelo versus Plant, the little duel that they did, Plant started by throwing his offense, and that opened him up for Canelo to slap him this way, right? Which opened up Canelo's body, so Plant went to Canelo's body, right there, right? So that's basically what's going on in boxing, right? I love it. So we're going to talk about that, but you got to open up a fighter. Bernard Hopkins versus Winky Wright comes to mind, where Bernard Hopkins, he was able to open up Winky Wright by popping at him, and then, he would pop at him this way, and he would pop at him, he'd pecking away, and Winky, of course, he got that earmuffs on like this, and he's watching through his earmuffs, until Bernard Hopkins caught him with something, and then Winky wanted to get him back, right? So he's coming at him now with the jab, opening himself up, and that's where Hopkins was able to get him. Because otherwise, you ain't gonna get Winky right? You gotta make him want to get you back, and that's the trick in boxing. Boxing, if you be first, you get to dictate, because the other guy will want to get you back. At some point in the fight, he want to get you back, and once he wants to get you back, he opens him up, and that's how counter punchers do their thing. What you need. Peace.